Good morning, friends. Myself, J. Vinay Kumar, lecturer at Triple E, and I am working in Government Polytechnic, Kottagudam. And this year, I am dealing with the subject DC machines and batteries. Okay, first of all, what's a machine? A machine is nothing but which converts electrical energy to mechanical energy, or vice versa. That is mechanical to electrical energy. Which converts mechanical to electrical is called as generator, and which converts electrical to mechanical energy is called as a motor. Okay, and this what is DC? This DC means it's a direct current. Generally there will be two types of currents. One is AC, nothing but alternate current, and the other one is DC, means direct current. The machines which deals with this direct current is called as DC machines. Either it may be DC generators or it may be DC motors. Okay, now the first unit in this one is fundamentals of DC generators. Okay, in this the first topic we deal with is dynamically induced EMF. Mainly there will be two types of induced EMFs. One is statically induced EMF and the other is dynamically induced EMF. Statically induced EMF means it is statically induced EMF deals with all transformers, regarding transformers. Okay, this dynamically induced EMFs will be with these generators and with motors. Okay, in a dynamically induced EMF, either the field or the conductor should rotate. Okay, dynamically induced EMF means an EMF induced in a current conductor when the conductor moves across a magnetic field. Okay, in the below figure here we can see A is the conductor. Okay, A is the conductor with length L, moves across a flux density of B Webers per meter square with a velocity of V. Okay, then the dynamically induced EMF of the conductor is given by an equation BLV. Okay, when the theta is 0, the EMF generated will be BLV. If it is with some inclination, then it will be BLV sin theta. Okay, that is the EMF generated in the DC generator. Okay, mainly it depends upon flux density, which is given by B, length of the conductor, that is given by L, and the velocity with which it rotates, which is given by V. The next topic is Fleming's right hand rule. Our right hand is this one. Okay, first of all, keep your right hand this right hand. In this, you keep all the three fingers, thumb, forefinger, and the middle finger perpendicular to each other. The forefinger here represents the magnetic field. Okay, forefinger is this one, which represents the magnetic field. Okay, and the thumb, this thumb indicates the direction of rotation of the conductor. Okay, and the middle finger gives the current. Okay, or the induced EMF. Mainly this right hand rule is used to find the current direction in generators. Okay, the next topic is single loop generator. Here we can see the magnetic field and the conductor. the magnetic field which is produced by two permanent magnets which are represented here in black color. One is north pole and the other is south pole. Here the conductor is nothing but a conductor. A, B, C, D is the conductor which is in a rectangular form. Rotates at an axis of AB. First of all, the conductor which is in the rectangular form is in a position of vertical position. Okay. In this vertical position, let us consider the rectangular loop of conductor is ABCD which rotates inside the magnetic field about its axis AB. When the loop rotates from its vertical position to its horizontal position, it cuts the flux lines of the field. As during this movement, two sides, that is AB and CD of the loop, cut the flux lines, there will be an EMF induced in these both sides of the loop. Now let us see in this direction. In this diagram, the direction of flux is from north to south, and the direction of rotation is also shown, and the current direction is shown here. Now the conductor is in horizontal position. As the loop gets closed, there will be a current circulating through the loop. The direction of the current can be determined by Fleming's right hand rule, which we have already discussed in the previous topic. Now, if we apply this right hand rule, we will see at this horizontal position of the loop, current will flow from A to B, and on the other side of the loop, current will flow from C to D. Now, again after rotating, the conductor AB will be in the downward direction and the conductor CD will be on the upward direction. Now, if I allow the loop to move further, it will come again to its vertical position, but now the upper side of the loop will be CD and the lower side is AB, which is shown in the previous diagram. At this position, the tangential motion of the sides of the loop is parallel to the flux lines of the field. Hence, there will be no question of flux cutting, and consequently, there will be no current in the loop. If the loop rotates further, it comes to again in the horizontal position, but now set AB side of the loop comes in front of north pole and CD comes in front of south pole. That is just opposite to the previous horizontal position as shown in the figure beside. Hence, the tangential motion of the side of the loop is perpendicular to the flux lines. Hence, rate of flux cutting is maximum here, and according to Fleming's right hand rule, at this position, current flows from B to A and on the other side from D to C. Now, after further rotation, if the loop is continued to rotate on its axis, now every time the side AB comes in front of south pole, the current flows from A to B. Again, when it comes in front of north pole, the current flows from B to A. Similarly, every time the side CD comes in front of south pole, the current flows from C to D. When the side CD comes in front of north pole, the current flows from D to C. Okay, that's the single loop EMF generation. Now, let us discuss about Lenz's law, which you have already learned in your previous classes, I think in 10th or in 9th class. Just recall it. What is Lenz's law? The direction of the induced EMF is given by the Lenz law. According to this law, the EMF induced will be acting in such a way that it opposes the very cause of its production. Okay, this opposes means it is shown as minus in the EMF equation, which is E equal to minus N into d phi by dt, where N is the number of turns, phi is the flux, E is the induced EMF.